Okay, so hello. I know it's been a few weeks since I've posted anything. I apologize. Um, Here today I am drawing a heavy soldier for the Empire. Now I have already filmed this video and I have sped it up and I am watching it sadly on a slight delay from you because I had to click record and then click go on the video. So when I say something, it might be slightly after I do it on the actual screen, if I do commentate on what I'm doing. But yeah, so this should be quicker. It should only be like 10 11 minutes long. Yeah. So here I am drawing the heavy soldier. So these are soldiers of the Empire who have been through a couple battles or have gotten a bit better training, or just their parents have a lot of money and they pay the soldiers to give them better armor and stuff. But they are armed with heavier armor that is also colored in the Empire's colors, so it looks nicer. Stronger weapons, and are sent out into battle when they have a problem that they can't solve with just regular waves of normal soldiers. In this picture that I am drawing currently, and in my game that I am producing, producing makes it sound like a movie or something official. I'm just writing out the rules on a Google Doc. But in this picture and in the rules of the game, he is armed with an automatic rifle made and manufactured by the Empire. So yeah, I'm currently going in and drawing the different sections of the rifle. Doing his fingers there. Yeah. So as you'll see later, I decided to go in and do a lot more colors on this guy instead of just plain metal for most of him. There's some blue and white parts because those are the Empire's colors. I know I've just done blue, metal, and mud, I guess. Well, no. On the priest, his robes were all white. Yeah. So yeah, the Empire's colors are blue and white. Right now I'm going in and doing some of the shading of the different parts. Yeah. So I was hoping that speeding up would give me an easier time finding things to talk about, but yeah. Okay, so the next couple videos probably won't be on the Empire's stuff because I want to talk about other things than the Empire. I'm not sure if I'll make a video for every single drawing I do on it from now on. I probably won't, just because, I don't know, it's easier. But I do plan to do it for most of them. When I can, I will post a link in the comments to the actual rules so that you can try out this game that I keep talking about and making art for. I have to send YouTube a 6-second clip of me showing my face, or I can just make videos for a month straight. I'll probably wind up doing the face thing, but yeah, so right now I'm going in and doing this piece of fabric on top of the gun. I thought this would look better than it did. I couldn't get it to look like proper fabric. Now I'm going in and doing shadows on the shield behind him. Oh yeah, that on his back is a shield, or at least it's intended to be. Mainly I just needed to get his silhouette looking better because his neck seemed really thin. Now I'm going in and starting on the colors. Yeah. So I did a lot more blue in this than in my other drawings so far. I kind of did like a half and half and kind of checkerboard pattern with the blue and white and stuff on his body. Yeah. Now the color that I'm putting in now on his helmet, that is not metal, even though it's more of a light gray than white. It is intended to be white paint. Yeah. Even though it does not look like it. Yeah, so these guys just have better training, more experience, better weapons, better armor. A lot of their armor is made by layering on multiple thick plates of steel and welding them together. And, well, it's coming up with this just now. So it's less of welding and more of melting them together. So what they'll do is they'll have the first piece, and I don't know if this is in any way practical or if this would even work, but what they'll do is they'll take the piece and they'll take some really melted and really hot metal and put it on where they're sticking on another piece, and then place that piece on top of the melted metal so that it melts the pieces together. Came up with that just now, and I think it sounds cool. If that would not work, then I'll have to come up with something else, but for now, that's what we're doing. That's the explanation that I am giving for how they stick pieces of metal together. Yeah, so now I'm going in and coloring the gun and stuff. Okay, well, I'm not sure what that was. I may have to put, like, an epilepsy warning. Yeah, so I went in and did some stripes on the cloth. Still doesn't really look like cloth. Well, it looks like cloth, but not like a good drawing of cloth. It looks like someone attempted to draw cloth. Yeah, I liked the color that I liked and currently like the color that I used for the wood on the gun. I think it looks really nice. Yeah. So you'll see I'll go in and do it along the edges first, so that I don't, when I'm coloring it in, so that I don't, like, so I don't color it in and then hit the other colors and go out of the lines and stuff. I'll do it along the edges first, so I just color inside of there, and I hit the stuff that I already colored, and not the other colors. Currently, I'm figuring out how I want to do the highlights and stuff. I think this is the way that I settled on. I'm pretty sure I go back and change it at some point. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, so the way I'm doing it in this currently is I'm taking black and white and making them clear and then coloring them on. But in a second I go back and decide to do it a different way. Even though this looks pretty good, if I do it overlapping, then it messes it up. But this does actually look pretty nice. I may try this again in another drawing, but yeah. Now I am going back and doing it in a different way. I think this is me taking the color that I'm highlighting and then making that color brighter and drawing that over the first color to do highlights, which also works and gives me more control over it, but yeah, it also has its problems. The way I usually show metals is by doing very strong and bright highlights, which is how they look in real life as well. So you'll see me doing that. And I try to do the highlights on the white sections less strong than the highlights on the metal sections, so that it's more clear that it's fabric and paint and not silver or iron or steel or whatever. Yeah. And yeah, now you'll see the highlights for the metal are far brighter and stronger than the highlights for the other stuff. And I did like an M thing for the highlights on the helmet, which I think looks good. I tried to do like that kind of highlight for the chainmail, but it doesn't really turn out very well, so I'm gonna have to find another way to do it, but I leave it in this one. Now I'm just coloring in a bunch of the shadows and stuff. I used some like brownish colors for the metal on the gun, which I really like how it looks, but I'm not sure if it fits with the rest of the Empire, because that would mean that they were using completely different metals for the stuff that they could have used the same metals for, and it's just no real reason they would do that. But, oh, it's done. Okay. Well, yeah, here's the final drawing. Well, bye. Like and subscribe, please, and, bye.